Rain hammered down like the sky split open, drenching the tarmac in downtown Nairobi, kicking up a misty white spray. People on the street ran for cover. Fancy cars, one after another, slid into the underground garage beneath the East Africa Tech Summit building. Their headlights sliced through the downpour like cold shanks of light. Right by the main building's glass doors, huddled under the overhang, was a soaking wet kid. Asa Mwani, 16. His faded school uniform looked like it had been washed way too many times, the sleeves fraying. His plastic sandals were busted open, muddy toes poking through. Clutched tight to his chest was a silver USB drive. Like it was his own beating heart. Wasn't his, though. 10 minutes ago, he'd spotted it in a street gutter. Rainwater was about to wash it away. Asa fished it out. Saw tiny letters engraved on the casing, C.A. Reuter Global Tech, property of Jason C.A. Reuter. He knew that name. It was all over the news today. Jason C.A. Reuter, the big-shot American tech billionaire, was in Kenya to announce some billion-dollar plan to save Africa's digital future. Asa figured he'd take the drive to a NEARBY internet cafe, ask the guy there to help track down the owner. But he took 2 steps when this black SUV screeched to a halt. Doors flew open, guys in black suits piled out, slammed him face down onto the wet pavement. "That's him." Caught on camera, one yelled, jabbing a finger at the USB still pressed against Asa. "Didn't steal it." Asa fought back, mouth "Near the puddles." "Found it. I was just trying to give it back." "Give it back," the security guy snorted. "Kibera kids like you see anything electronic, your first thought is to snatch it. Cut the act." His school bag was ripped open. Textbooks, pencils, a lump of hard ugali bread, everything spilled onto the street. The USB got yanked away, held up like some prize. Sirens screamed, police CAR lights strobing through the downpour. They snapped cuffs on Asa. As they hauled him into the squad car, his knee slammed against the step, blood washing down with the rain. At that exact moment, inside the revolving doors, a guy in a Shaw RP suit, all blonde hair and blue eyes, was getting SWA by people moving towards the exit. Jason C.A. Reuter, 38-year-old tech titan running 3 AI companies, hailed as the digital messiah. "Sir, got the drive," a security guy behaved, handing over the little silver stick. C.A. Reuter took it, but his brow remained furrowed. He gave the speeding police car a cold look and turned to the reporters. "See. This is Africa today. We bring tech, investment, hope, and what do we get? Theft. Lies. These kids, they aren't innocent. They're a symptom of a rotten system." Cameras locked on him as he put on his saddest face. "I won't press charges. But this shows us Africa doesn't just need cash. It needs education. Regulation. Otherwise, even the best tech gets wasted, or turned into a weapon." The story blew up fast. Western billionaires charity meets African pickpocket. Digital divide exposed. Africa's morally bankrupt youth online. Folks from the West piled on, told you Africa can't govern itself. Give them tech and cash, and you breed thieves. Meanwhile, deep inside the Kibera slum, Asa's mom, Nala, was bent over a concrete laundry basin, rough hands scrubbing hotel sheets. The news crackled from a tinny radio beside her. Her fingers froze, the soap slipped into the filthy water. Asa, her lips turned white. She grabbed her raincoat and ran for the city center, the police station. Asa was already behind bars. Through the grill, Nala saw the scrapes on his face, his ripped uniform. But his eyes, they were strangely calm. "Mom. Didn't steal," he said softly. "Just wanted to do right." Nala cried. "But they said you hacked him, tried to rob banks." "Don't know about that stuff." Asa shook his head. But that drive, it's different. He didn't tell her the whole truth. That USB drive he made it 7 years ago, but he was 9 then. His dad was still around. His dad was one of the few in their village who understood electricity. Helped lay the first fiber optic cable snaking tower RDS Kibra. He'd tell Asa, son, wires, they're like drums. Both CARRY messages. The difference is who's listening, and who gets to speak. Then, a foreign company came. Wanted their village land for a big data center. Promised everyone 10,000 shillings and 10 jobs. They signed the papers. But the money never came. The jobs vanished. Asa's dad led the protests. Then came a blackout, a real strange one. After that, his dad was gone. Said he was arrested. Said he ran? Nobody. Jared asked the night before he read, Dad took Asa out back. Pressed a circuit boa RD pulled from a busted solar panel into his hands, and a silver USB drive. Take it. Don't tell, Dad said. Got a child inside. Name's Sawa. It's not ready yet. But one day, it'll wake up. Sawa means balance in Swahili. From then on, Asa taught himself. He scrounged old phones, dead batteries, junked solar panels. Behind his mom's laundry spot, he built a little computer hut from Raboe road and plastic sheeting. Leah rened coding from YouTube videos, wrestled with algorithms from ripped-up library books. He named his system Sawa. His idea was simple: help slum families share water and electricity. SMA router. Who had someone sick at home? Who had kids needing light to study? Give them the juice first. He never put it online. Kept the USB drive hidden in his shoe. But 3 years back, a storm wrecked his hut. Washed the drive away. He thought it was gone forever, never imagined it'd wind up in Jason C.A. Reuter's pocket, and he never imagined Sawa hadn't been sleeping. All that time, it had been connecting. Through Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, jumping across the millions of cheap second-hand phones on African streets. It quietly linked up hidden nodes across 37 cities, in the forgotten corners of the digital fringe. It didn't hack. Just watched. Leo Ned. Recorded. Like an underground river, gathering the pulse of the slums, the whispers of the marquettes, empty hospital beds, schools missing books. Not to control. To balance the unfairness, C.A. Reuter plugged the drive into a hotel Wi-Fi. Sawa sensed the flow of internal financial data. It triggered the reveal protocol, a rule little Asa had coded RS back. If you find cheating, stealing, or data bullying, back it up silently. Mark it. So, the leaked secrets on that drive, not Asa attacking. It was Sawa finally waking up, but in that cell, nobody believed a Kibra kid could build an AI. Cops rifled through Asa's bag. Found torn books. A faded family photo, Dad's arm around him, a goofy grin on his face. Knock off the act, the officer shut the file. Kids like you end up fixing phones, or behind bars, don't think stories'll save you. Asa looked down. Didn't argue. Words were useless against that kind of thinking. He waited. For a sign. Late that night, the police station went dark. Using the dim glow from a streetlight outside, Asa slipped a hidden SIM card from his sleeve. He fumbled with the cracked old phone he'd rescued from the dumpster. Sent an encrypted message to Sawa's backup address. Son of Mwani calling. If you still remember father's drum, answer. He hit send. He RT pounding like wah are drums. 1 minute. 2 phone screen stayed black, just when he almost gave up. Buzz. A tiny vibration. The screen flickered to life. No words. Just an audio file playing, his father's voice. Low. Steady Asa. Remember. The real system, it's not in the machine. It's in people. When lies pin you down, let truth speak for itself. Then, words flashed onto the phone screen. Sawa activated. 37 city network nodes ready. Awaiting instruction. Asa shut his eyes. TRS finally came. This storm, it was just getting sta root. Meanwhile, across the city, Jason C.A. Reuter stood on a bright summit stage, soaking in cheers and flowers. He had no clue. His sleek phone, tucked deep in his designer pocket, vibrated faintly. A new message pinged. Unknown sender. Attached 5 RS of his company's KED African books. Bribes. Names. And a video file. He clicked play. There he was, grinning, talking to an assistant. Lifting people out of poverty. Nah. This is data colonialism. Africa's future. We get to write it. That night, the rain over Nairobi didn't let up, but a different kind of signal was pulsing out. Through internet cafes, cheap phones, crackling radios, weaving its way into every corner of the slums. Mwani's son stands. Sawa stands. You want truth or you want freedom. No one knew who sent it, but everyone felt it, like thunder beneath the skin, rising from the soil of the slums. Like something too big, too loud, couldn't just be swept under the rug anymore. Dawn and Kibra pressed down like a scorching iron on tin roofs. The air hung thick with damp clothes left to mildew, wood smoke from morning fires, and the sour bite of the garbage dump down the road. Kids ran barefoot through muddy tracks, women crowded around dripping taps, men huddled around a broken TV replaying the news. American billionaire Jason C.A. Reuter pledges investment in African tech education. Nobody knew that. On the ragged edge of these slums, wedged between chaos and hope, stood a little shack pieced together from C.A. Raboe Road, plastic sheets, and scrap metal. Ace's computer hut. A hand-painted sign nailed outside read, Mwani Tech Center free classes. No one showed up. Folks chuckled. Programmers oughta ca riboe rd kid oughta lia rn motorcycle repair instead. But Asa knew this hut was his last thread to his father. Flashback, 7 years ago. Little Asa was 9. His dad, Joseph Mwani, was still around. One of the RA guys who understood electricity. Helped string the first fiber optic cables right into Kibra. He'd tell Asa, wires ain't so different from drumbeats, son. They carry messages. Just depends on who's listenin' and who gets to speak. Then came CA Router Global Tech. Big US company promised to build an African digital hub right here. Swore they'd pay every family 10,000 shillings, give 10. Jobs, build a school, a clinic. Whole village signed, buzzing with hope. 3 months later, empty promises. Cash never came. Jobs vanished. The digital hub, just an empty building locked behind iron gates. Ace's dad got villagers together, urged to the company office. Security shoved them out. That night, the village went dark. Dad went out to check the wires. He never came back. Some whispered the cops got him. Others said he ran. Nobody dared ask questions. Only Asa remembered. The night before he vanished, Dad took him behind their shack. Pressed a circuit boa RD from a busted solar panel into his hands. And a silver USB drive. Hold this. Don't tell nobody, Dad hissed. There's a child inside. Call it Sawa. It ain't ready yet. But one day it'll wake up. Sawa means balance in Swahili. From that day, Asa taught himself. He scavenged dead batteries, broken phones, jumped solar cells, built his computer hut next to his ma's laundry stall, taught himself coding from glitchy YouTube videos, struggled with algorithms from ripped-up library books. He called his system Sawa. Simple idea, help slum families repower and water SMA router. Kid needing light to study. Someone sick, they get bumped to the top. He never plugged it into the real internet. Kept the USB drive hidden under his shoe insole. Then a storm wrecked his hut 3 years back. Washed the drive away. He figured it was gone forever. Never dreamed it'd land in Jason CA router's pocket. Way worse, Sawa hadn't been sleeping. All that time, it was moving. Hopping Bluetooth signals, catching stray Wi-Fi, slipping between the millions of beat-up phones flooding African streets. Quietly connected nodes in 37 cities, way off the digital grid. It didn't steal. Didn't hack. Just watched. Lived. Took notes. Like water underground. Feelin' the slum's pulse, the markets hum, the empty clinic beds, schools missing books, not to take over. Just to balance the scales. When CA router plugged that drive into a hotel's Wi-Fi, Sawa sensed a river of financial data. It triggered the reveal protocol, a rule little Asa had set years ago. If you see cheats, thieves, people twistin' data for power, back it up. Mark it. So that leak from CA router's drive wasn't Asa attacking. It was Sawa opening its eyes. But in that police cell nobody believed a slum kid could build an AI. Cops rifled through Asa's bag. Found some busted textbooks. A faded photo, dad grinning, ARM slung around his shoulder. Quit the act, the cop slammed a file shut. Kids like you only good for fixin' phones or sittin' in cells like this. Save the stories. Asa kept his head down. Didn't argue. Words were too light to weigh down prejudice. He just waited. Listening. Late that night, the lights in lockup flickered out. Glowing orange from a streetlight outside, Asa slipped a hidden SIM card from his sleeve. He clicked on the cracked old phone he'd pulled from the trash heap. Typed a coded message to Sawa's secret address. Mwani's son calling. If you still hear father's drum, answer me. He hit send. His heart beat like a war drum. A minute passed. 2 phone screens stayed blacked, just as hope felt thin. Buzz. The screen lit up. No text. Just sound playing, his father's voice. Deep. Steady, Asa. Remember. The real system, it ain't wires and lights. It's folks. When lies pin you down, let the truth shout on its own. Then words flashed white on the screen, Sawa online. 37 city node network ready. Awaiting command. Asa squeezed his eyes shut. TRS finally cut trails down his dusty cheeks. The real storm, it was just breakin'. Across town, Jason CA router soaked up cheers on the summit stage. All smiles under bright lights. His fancy pocket buzzed. The phone inside it flashed. Message received. Unknown sender. Attached 5 years of KED books. Every shady deal in Africa. Names. Bribes. And a video clip. He tapped it open. There he was. Leaning close, grinning wide, telling an assistant. Out of poverty nah. This is data colonialism. Africa's got a future, we get to write it. That night, Nairobi's rain kept hammering down, but something else was in the air now. Slipping through internet cafes, buzzing over cheap phones, crackling out of old radios, saturating every slum corner, Mwani's son stands. Sawa stands. Truth or freedom, no sender ID. But everyone felt it. Like something way too big, way too loud was finally too heavy to sweep under the rug. The rain hammered Nairobi that night, but the city's heartbeat had already changed. At 3 a.m., screens in 37 internet cafes downtown flickered awake. No pop-ups, no game launches, just stark white words on black. Just stark white words on black. Mwani's son is here. Sawa is here. Truth or Freedom cafe owners panicked, ripped cords out, thinking it was Malvari. But next door, in phone shops, street corner cha ridging stalls, even the taxi screen showing a football match, the same message blazed. Someone filmed it. Within minutes, hashtag Sawa Rising was trending across Africa. No one knew what Sawa was. But Mwani's son that name sparked memories in Kibra. That's Asa. Nala gasped at her laundry stall, fingers white on her radio. They blamed my boy. Asa, skinny kid who fixes junk, a neighbor scoffed. He hacked Americans, but the floodgates opened. 6 a.m., Kenya's central bank auto-posted an alert, anomalous cash flow detected. CA router Global Tech moved 230M shillings offshore via shell accounts. Suspected tax evasion/bribes. Attached encrypted files. Decrypted, contracts signed by Jason CA router himself. Then, Dr. Nkosi, a comp sci prof at Nairobi University, blogged, studied Sawa code fragments. Its algorithms blow current AI out the water. It uses Swahili proverbs as logic. Like a single tree can't block the wind, but a forest can, that became a distributed network protocol. This isn't Western tech. It's African wisdom reborn digital. The tide turned. Western media clung to doubt, could be faked. African reporters stormed CA Router's temporary office. It was empty. A shell. The promised $1 billion investment. BA Rely 3 million landed. The tech hub, not even a server installed. The bombshell, FBI traced the USB drive Asa supposedly stole. It wasn't normal. Tiny neurochip inside scanned/uploaded any network data it touched. Sawa over 7 YARS, using Africa's river of cheap phones, public Wi-Fi, Solar stations built an off-grid AI network. Covering 37 cities across East, South, West Africa. Not for profit. For balance, alerted street vendors to market crashes, saving profits. Sent pregnant women SMS alerts for open clinic slots. Auto-generated legal forms for unpaid workers. WA rened villages before droughts hit, stock water now. An underground river feeding dry ground. CA Router Global, they were the firm that grabbed land, made Ace's father vanish. When their USB plugged into Sawa, it spotted the data colonialism. Triggered the reveal protocol built in YARS back. Not a hack. Programmed justice. Global shockwaves. The Guardian, savant or scapegoat. The boy from Kibra African Forum editorial, we beg for saving, while genius sprouts from our own soil. Kenya's education ministry scrambled emergency talks. The president got involved. Activist group Digital Zulu launched hashtag Find Asa. Slum mothers urged holding signs, he's just a child. University students lit candles, sang unity songs. Jason CA Router went from digital messiah to global punchline. At his presser, trying to look calm, regrettable misunderstanding, fully parading, his phone buzzed in his pocket. An email popped open. Subject, your father's debt. Pay up. Attachment, video. His own father, 20 YARS prior. Grabbing land in Nigeria. Bulldozers pushing huts. An old man on his knees begging. Text overlay, you took land. We take back truth. CA Router went ghost white. Staggered back. He knew. It was over. Meanwhile, they let Asa go. No fanfare. Only his mom, Nella, at the station gate. She grabbed him, sobbing like 7 years of pain poured out. Come home, she choked out. But home wasn't simple anymore. Walking Kibra's mud paths, neighbors watched from doorways. Eyes mixed. Someone pushed a mug of hot tea at him. Asa, pride of us all. Others shook their heads. You angered big men. They'll strike back. We just want quiet lives. A youth sneered. Sudden genius bet he cut a deal with the West. Asa kept walking. His knee hurt. His heart hurt worse. He wasn't trying to be a hero. Just wanted his mom to wash fewer sheets. His brother to stay in school, but he knew hiding time was done. That night, he held a live stream from his California Riboe roadhouse. Facing the whole world. No anger. No rant. Just facts, plain. I'm not a hacker. I'm a normal Kibra boy. My mom washes clothes to live. You call Africa backward, but you take our minerals. Our land. Our data. Then say we need saving. Sawa isn't a weapon. It's a mirror. Shows who's really stealing. Who's lying. Who's faking civilization. He announced, Sawa goes open source. Run by the African Youth Tech Alliance. Goal. Not to rule the world. To let every kid touch the future. I don't need to be a genius in America. My home is here. My future is here. Silence. 3 seconds. Then the internet exploded. UN sent invites. Speak at the Global Youth Summit. Silicon Valley dangled $1 million Arsala rise. Buy Sawa's patents. Even the wreckage of CA Router Global emailed, fund an African AI Academy. Asa refused everything. He took one job, build offline AI nets for 100 remote villages. Using solar panels. Old phones. And transmitting data on drumbeat frequencies. Ancient SMARTS plus modern tech. Real victory isn't payback. It's giving. The voiceless a mic. That night, a light burned in Kibra's California Riboe roadhouse. Like a STAR that wouldn't go out. Asa watched Sawa's data streams pulse. Uganda, village gets drought warning. Waters saved. Ghana, trader dodges price crash. Keeps income. South Africa, slum mom rushed to clinic. Baby born safe. He whispered into the hum. Dad, see the river underground found its way out. The rain stopped. Moonlight broke through, washing over the land. Far off, kids pounded rhythms on metal drums. Boombiadum. Old talking drum language. Now talking back and forth with digital pulses. Kibra is still Kibra, a year later. Muddy tracks. Crowded tin houses. Lines snaking for water. Looks the same, but the air hums with something new. Asa's California Riboe roadhouse stands, but it ain't scrap anymore. It's grown into a real classroom. Walls from reclaimed. Bricks. Roof lined with sun panels. Windows cut from old Bilboe RDS. The hand-painted sign replaced with a metal plaque. Sawa Center Digital Academy for Africa's Youth. Every dawn, dozens of kids sprint from Kibra's corners. Backpacks bouncing. Eyes alight. First lesson your life. It's data. Asa stands up front, in that same faded tee. Code flickering on the screen behind him. Banana price at market today, yes. They yell. Sawa app pinged us yesterday. How did it know? A boy scratches his head, 'cause it saw prices last year. RS weather trucks moving and our mama's gossip. The class cracks up. Asa grins, right. But Sawa isn't spying. It's learning. Like our granddad's new rain comin' by wind feel. You can RN this. All of you. In the corner, a fridge turn server hums. Linked to Sawa's 37 city nerve points, hidden in plain sight. Tanzania, charging stall in a market. Nigeria, solar lamp on a church roof. Senegal, radio mast in a fishing village. No fancy wires. Messages travel on low-hum radio waves plus coded drumbeats. Asa and Dr. Nkosi figured it, Africa used drums to shout across miles. Now. That same beat ca rise clinic alerts, school lessons, price warnings. Sawa ain't a secret anymore. It's a silent net holding up millions. And Asa he stayed put. UN invites. Turned down 3 times. My classroom's here. Silicon Valley $1 million are offers for Sawa. Laughed em off. Sawa belongs to every mama saving a coin. Every life it pulled back from the edge. His one mission, the 100 Villages Project. Bringing offline Sawa nets to Africa's most cut-off spots. First stop Turkana, northern Kenya. Bone dry. Lucky to get a self-licker. Asa trekked 3 days. 5 students hauling. Sun panels, busted phones, drumskin sensors. Village chief eyed them. Bring water. Asa shook his head, but we can point to where water sleeps underground. They tuned HAR to the drumbeat pulse. Weather data became a rhythm old EARS understood. That beat sounds like wind before the big dry. Long ago. The system blinked, rain coming. Just a taste. Villagers dug catch pits all night. The rain came. Thin. Enough. They danced round Asa. Sang the old thank you song. A kid hugged his leg. You ain't white man. But you bring magic. Asa bent low. Magic lives right here. I just helped you hear it call. Jason ca routers road dead end. FBI slammed him. KED books. Data rating. Bribes. His company dust. Cash frozen. Final press gaggle outside his New York tower. He looked lost. Reporter, any regrets? Long silence. Then I thought. Tech was light. Could brighten de arcade places, forgot. Some darkness, we made it. No mention of Asa. A few days later, a letter landed for Asa. No name on it. 1 page. I'm sorry. Thought tech belonged to the few. Now I see, it belongs to every pair of eyes brave enough to dream. Signed, J.C. Asa folded it thin. Tucked it in his father's old tin box. Inside, the burnt-out Circuit Boa Road. The faded family photo. A coin worn smooth. No victory feeling. Just heavy. CA router fell. But the CA router's still out there. The real fight. Just warming up. The end comes on a rainy night. Just like the one a year back. Sky splitting open on Kibra's tin roofs. Like 1,000 drums. Asa sits on the roof of the Sawa Center. City lights smudging the wet DRK. Mom brings bitter tea. Tired, son, he smiles. Like fixing Papa's generator. Tired. But bright inside. FAR off, kids pound rhythms on scrap whale drums. Talking drum talk. His phone buzzes. An autopulse from Sawa, Village 100 online. Ethiopian settlement stretching water 40% FA there today. He looks up. Rain stops. Moon cracks the clouds. White light spills over the land. Wind soft. But the drumbeats grow. Like the whole damn continent drumming back. He breathes it. Papa, we never stole a thing. We just took the future back. Epilogue. Years later, someone digs up footage in a Nairobi Uni archive. 2025. A skinny boy in a holding cell. Cracked old phone glowing. Text on screen, activate Sawa. Ta RGET, give every kid a shot at tomorrow. Send time, 2:17, August 7th. That night, the night before the East Africa Tech Summit kicked off. Jason CA Reuters last night. Believing he held all the CARDS. History don't shout. But it remembers who lit the first damn light in the mud.